Well, let's talk about the game. Obviously, for Clemson people, I'm one of those Clemson people. Been at IPTAY now for about 20 years. Grew up not far from here. So anytime we can beat South Carolina, I like to phrase it as anytime we can make them sad is a good day for Clemson people. And you made them extremely sad Saturday night, right?
Yes, sir.
Neutral field, but it was in Columbia, so take that for what it's worth.
Yep.
Not really neutral. I guess ticket sales were neutral, but probably a little more heavily garnet than orange.
Yeah, I was surprised actually how many Clemson fans came out. And being from New York, I've never really experienced a rivalry like this one. Debatedly the best rivalry in college sports. So it was definitely a good introduction. We were excited to play Friday night at their place. Obviously that didn't happen because of the weather. But I mean, neutral site, a lot of fans in the stadium, and we just tried to focus on playing our style of baseball and not really listening to the outside noise. But yeah, it was by far the most fun baseball game I've ever been a part of. So,
well, I know everybody, every student, every athlete, and just in general, at any level, says they tune out that kind of thing. But you have to hear some of it, right?
Yeah, you hear some of it, and obviously you have a certain type of expectation going into a game like that. Like I said, especially for me, and I've never been really acclimated to a rivalry like that. But obviously, since the day I got here, I've heard about the Tigers versus the Gamecocks. So yeah, you try to tune it out the best you can, but obviously you hear a little bit of it.
Yeah. It's I'm sure there's some choice things that are said to players and coaches throughout the game.
Yeah.
That we can't, because this is rated PG. We can't repeat all of them. But no, take me to the game. You mentioned a lot of Clemson people there. The whole day, walking out in the field, start to fill up. I'm sure it has some kind of feel to it, right? A little bit more energy than a Wednesday night game.
Absolutely. I mean, especially at an awesome stadium like that, it's super cool to kind of walk through the tunnel and just kind of see the stadium start to fill up little by little. During pregame, a bunch of people there. And it was cool for me to look up into the stands kind of right behind our dugout and see a whole kind of wave of orange and purple. My parents got to be there too, so it was cool to kind of throughout the game and even before the game, after the game, be able to see them there watching.
Yeah. They make it down often?
Yeah, they do. I think they've only missed one weekend so far, and last year I didn't get to play at all because of an injury. So they don't take it for granted, and they try to get down here as much as possible. Yeah.
And then once the game started, tight game, I know everyone wants to focus on the home run, and we certainly will, but was it the 5th or 6th inning defensive play, first and third, 2 outs, I think?
Might have been the 6th.
Was it the 6th? Tell me about that, because I want to, there's no video of it that I can find. I guess because everyone was focusing on the runners, but to hear it described.
I have a video of it.
Do you?
I can share it.
You need to post it on Instagram.
Okay.
And let us all share that, because I want to see it. But yeah, tell me about that. Just the situation in your mind, what was going on?
Yeah. Like I mentioned in the post-game interview, every time Ethan Darden is on the mound, for some reason, his ball moves a certain way that makes a lot of right-handed hitters kind of roll over. And so Nolan, Naraki, and I are kind of always expecting ground balls when he's pitching, especially. And yeah, I mean, I was kind of shifted up the middle a little bit, and left-handed hitter hit it the other way, hit it hard. And I just saw an opportunity to lay out and see if I can snag it. And I did, and threw him out, and I kind of realized after that saved a pretty crucial run, so it was a pretty exciting play.
Yeah, because I think it was tied. Was it tied at 2 there?
I think it was tied at 2, yeah, so that would have put them ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big play, and like I said, we focus on the home run, but it's all those things throughout the game, and it's not just that play, probably. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's probably all throughout the game, there was instances where something could have gone one way or the other, and the outcome would have been a lot different. Yeah,
especially just all of our infielders who are all very athletic. We love the opportunity to make that kind of above average play. Obviously, we focus on the fundamentals and kind of making the routine plays being as consistent as possible. But those opportunities where we can kind of shine a little bit and make a really cool play is something that we all kind of look forward to every game.
Yeah. So. Shortstop, is that you've always played shortstop?
I've always mainly been a shortstop. Yeah, I've played a little bit of second base in high school. but for the most part, I've always been at short.
Yeah, that's where you feel most comfortable.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, moving on to the home run, I mean, there's a lot of parts to this home run. Hitting a home run is always good. Mm-hmm. Hitting a home run in a rivalry game, that's good. Home run in a rivalry game that was the winning run, that's good. Mm-hmm. But to be the first ever walk-off home run, and like you said, this rivalry is not like it started last week. We've been playing baseball here a long time against people that we don't really like. So for you to go down the record books for the first ever, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Obviously, I didn't know anything about that. And that lefty that came in, Gainey, I think his name was, he had a really good fastball. And so he came in and he fanned a bunch of our guys, including myself. Fastball that kind of has some ride to it. So we were trying to see the ball start down and kind of just stay on top of it. But obviously, that's easier said than done. And I think it was in the either 11th or 12th inning, Coach Backage kind of brought us together and said, everyone stop trying to end it with one swing. Just try to string some quality at-bats together and get some guys on base, and our offense will do what we do. And I wasn't trying to hit it out, but I just kind of got ahead in the count, 2-0 fastball, and recognized the fastball that I was looking for and tried to put my best swing on it.
Yeah. So you hit the ball, and as you should, you come flying out of the box. At what point did you realize it was a home run?
So I'm not a power hitter. I didn't really think I had.
I looked at the stats, so no hard feelings, but I didn't think that you were.
Yeah, no. I look at myself as more of a line drive hitter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I barreled it pretty good. Again, I didn't think I had the juice to get it out to dead center field and at that big of a ballpark. So I sprinted out of the box, and I think it was maybe when I was rounding first base, I kind of looked up and then saw the whole crowd go crazy, and I was like, wow, that went out. And then as I was coming to second, I looked back at the plate and saw my whole team going crazy at home plate. And I mean, I'd kind of just blacked out for a little bit because it was just such a crazy, crazy moment. But I mean, I've never experienced the feeling of coming to home plate and just being dogpiled, surrounded by my guys. This team who has so much energy, so much fun to be a part of, and yeah, it's a moment that I'll definitely never forget.
First ever walk-off home run that you can remember?
Yeah, first ever walk-off home run for me.
Yeah.
I think I hit a walk-off sacrifice fly my sophomore year at Georgetown.
Okay.
But other than that, I've never had a moment like that.
Well, again, I was watching the video of it, and you come around first, and you start to slow down a little bit, and I think you did like a touchdown sign or I don't know what you were doing, but you pointed your hands up in the air.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, maybe he knows something good happened. But then as you rounded second, you're right, you knew it because you did a little bit of a double hop.
Yeah.
You a little bit of a celebratory hop there, and eyeballed the pitcher for a second, which you did, which I like.
Maybe indirectly. Yeah.
Indirectly.
Yeah.
But then rounding third. Yeah, just like you said, seeing all your teammates there, that's got to be incredible.
Crazy feeling. I mean, especially in a moment like that, even when the pitcher's doing stuff on the mound, skipping around and doing all that stuff, our team tries to kind of just stay on us and not really not really feed into that. But yeah, coming around third base, shaking Coach Noble's hand, throwing the helmet up, and just dogpiling and just going crazy. And it was just, again, a great feeling that I'll never forget.
Throwing the helmet up, organic, or is that like your thing? Do you know?
No, it's definitely not my thing. And I've been a part of a walk-off at Georgetown where someone threw a helmet up and it came back and hit my friend in the face. Yeah. And so I wasn't even thinking about it, obviously. And I threw it up, and as I released it, the trajectory was kind of going towards everyone. And I was like just very, very shortly, just like, I hope that doesn't hit anyone.
I don't think it hit anybody.
I don't think it did.
Yeah, I went back 2 or 3 times because I really wanted to point that out if it did. But it seems like because the mob moved that way, helmet fell, no worries.
No worries.
Everybody, no concussions from the celebration.
Yeah, that's something to look out for, though. for anyone who throws their helmet. It
was great just to see you kind of, like I said, just toss it and then not hit anybody, because that would have been something else if you had.
Yeah.
So win that game, come back Sunday, big win, not as dramatic, but still Still
Still
1-1
huge
win.
win.
Yeah.
Huge win. We try to say that the most important game is the next day. And so we were getting off the bus Saturday night, and Coach Backage said, enjoy this one for the next hour, and then we get to the park tomorrow, and it's a brand new game, brand new day. So we just tried to stay consistent and, again, play our style of baseball. We had some big-time home runs from Nolan, Will Taylor, and Blake Wright. That kind of set the tone. But, again, it was a competitive game against a really, really good team. Kind of felt like a super regional game where you look around the stadium, and, again, it's packed. Especially it's cool being at our home field and having a crowd like that. So, again, there's just a lot of energy in the stadium, and, again, just so much fun playing a game like that.